There were obviously a lot of executive orders, and trust me, we study them very, very carefully because, of course...
Whoa. Has Mark Rowan ever done an executive order at Apollo?
Well, the executive orders here, of course, for us in markets is all about trying to figure out what are the implications for macro. And I do think there are three areas where things will have implications for macro, and that is tariffs, of course. It is about immigration, and it's also about potentially lowering corporate taxes for domestic manufacturers to 15%. If you impose tariffs, it's inflationary. If you restrict immigration or do deportations, it will also be inflationary, in particular in the sectors where the 11 million illegal immigrants work. According to Pew, they work in agriculture, in construction, and in services, including restaurants. You will see wage inflation in those sectors if you do serious deportations and if you do serious restrictions on immigration. So both tariffs and restrictions on immigration will probably have some lift to inflation. And the problem for the Fed and for the economy and for markets is that inflation is already around 3%. We're just not quite yet at 2. We're more at 2 than when we were at 9, but we're still not quite at 2. So if you now add policies that run the risk of lifting, even modestly, inflation, it unfortunately is because the starting point at 3% is just creating all these problems in long rates. And of course, also all these problems for the Fed.
Jamie Dimon is speaking in Davos as we speak, Torsten, and he's out there as it relates to tariffs. While tariffs may cause some inflation, he views them as an economic weapon. Are they a valid economic weapon, do you think?
Well, I mean, whatever the exact motivation is and whatever the exact outcome will be, it is absolutely clear by definition that if you raise the price of all goods that come from China by 60%, and therefore everything that we buy in the supermarket will increase in very round numbers by 60%, it will have a direct hit to inflation. So to what degree we get that, and now Trump talked about also that we might get before the end of next week some tariffs, 25% on Canada and on Mexico. It all remains to be seen exactly. Betting markets also have a view on whether this is happening or not. We study every aspect of this, and we try to exactly make an assessment of what's coming and what might the implications be. But the bottom line is that it will have some implications for inflation, and that's exactly why rates and the term premium have gone up so much, because the implications could potentially be quite serious.